Hi friends, this is Dhruv here, and this is my emotional recovery video. I want to share 3 stories with you. The first story is when I was in probably 6th or 7th grade. I was basically I was trying to fit in, I guess, like a lot of school kids like to, and I was with my group of friends. And I believe that I was excited to be with them, and I was sharing something, but I couldn't get the words out, and I was stammering. I think that they probably looked at me. They didn't, no one said anything, but they probably realized that something was going on, and I felt embarrassed myself as well. And then after that, I sort of stopped sharing when I was with that group. I would just go there and try to be as fluent as possible, and I guess also say as little as possible, little as possible. But I would still be internally I would want to say more and contribute more, but I would be afraid to. That's one incident. The second one, and that happened quite a few times, where I would maybe start speaking with my friend group and then stutter and then not want to speak anymore. Second incident was when I was going to school on a bus. I would take a school bus to school, and on that school bus I would there'd be a lot of students there, and I want to talk with people. So I'd sit next to someone on that school bus. But then I would be afraid to talk, because I'd be worried that they could hear my voice, and by hearing my voice they would hear me stuttering, and it wouldn't sound good. So after that I began to not speak as much on the bus, and try my best to just listen to music. So get on the bus, listen to music, not talk to anybody, just say hi and hello, but speak less. And that continued also throughout my schooling. Third situation is in school. I was in 8th grade, Mr. Hengel's world history class in Japan. There was one part of the class where we all had to read a certain section, or a paragraph in the world history textbook out loud, and we would go in a line. So there'd be a line of desks in the classroom, and we'd go one by one and read in that classroom. So I remember going through that, and being really nervous when it was about to be my turn. We'd go in line, and I'd know when my turn was going to be. And then I remember it coming to my turn, and just every single word I was stuttering, every sound I was stuttering. I felt the whole class was looking at me. I was looking down at the text and just, trying not to look up, because I know that if I looked up, I would see people looking at me, and I didn't want to see their expression. So yeah, and then after that also I tried my very best to avoid every single speaking opportunity I get. Although I did take speech class in 8th grade, because I said, let me see if I can do this. But I had a really tough time in speech class. The speeches I gave were ones where I would get really nervous, and talk really fast, and probably not be comprehensible. So that was an experience as well. And the final experience that I want to share is that I was in 7th grade, and there was a girl that everybody liked, and I liked her too, and I wanted to ask her out. It was kind of complicated, because one of my friends was going out with her, but then they broke up, and I thought it was my chance to ask her out. So I remember it was probably it was after school, around 3:30 p.m. On a weekday afternoon, and my friends and I would kind of hang out at the snack bar after school. So she was also there, so I thought I would go up to her and ask her to, you know, if we can talk, and then basically right there ask her out ask her to have a cup of coffee with me. And I prepared a lot. I tried very hard to like, you know, to be fluent at that time. I was practicing a lot in the shower, practicing, you know, in my room, and then, so, you know, the day finally came. The day finally came, and I walked up to my group of friends, and I, you know, asked her if she can talk, and all of a sudden I felt embarrassed because, you know, like our whole friend group was there basically, and they're all confused as to like what is, you know, Dhruv doing. So I took her aside and I said, hey, you know, I just want to let you know that I like you, and I think it would be great if we got a cup of coffee. And I think during that I was stuttering as well and just really nervous. And I was wearing glasses. I think I was also ashamed that I was wearing glasses. I felt like a skinny, nerdy kind of kid. Yeah, so after that, she said that she'll get back to me the next day. And I was really nervous, I was confused, I was like, what should I do? And then the next day, you know, I believe, I'm not sure how she told me, but basically she said no. And, you know, I felt heartbroken and everything. And then I realized a few days later that she started going out with another friend of mine who was taller and didn't have glasses. And I think I may have also thought that, you know, that person wasn't Indian, wasn't brown. Maybe, you know, I was being a little bit, you know, racist towards myself or something. Yeah, so all those factors played in, and but, you know, it's ironic because it's just funny how things work out. Yeah. So thank you all for listening to my 4 experiences. Those experiences, I think, did cause a lot of shame, created a lot of shame in me, and I think it's been helpful to be able to share those experiences with you. So thank you for listening, and yeah, I guess it's good to keep talking about these things and realize that, you know, that I'm now an adult. I'm no longer a child who has to feel compelled to conform, to be like other people. I can be myself and be okay with that, and just be the way I am, all of my flaws and insecurities, and that's okay. So I never feel ashamed about who I am, because it's okay to be me, and it's okay to be you. So thank you guys. One last view of the lake after it's all you know, sunset. And I'll also show you the moon is over here too. You see, that's the moon right there. Okay, bye guys.